$600 silver, no fear porn. Hi there, crypto fans. Dick Allgire here. Another beautiful Sunday at Ethereum Place. I want to make an official statement, kind of come out on the record about this supposed big event that many see coming in mid-July. It would be pretty soon. This was a prediction made by Cliff High, and we were tasked to remote view it, and our results have been published in. It's kind of been blowing up the internet, so I need to talk about this and how this came about and what does the data really say. Cliff High has an amazing track record. Cliff High developed a way to scour the internet using web bots to collect and assemble the language used by humanity as a whole under the theory that humanity has a group consciousness that is able to predict the future. And I don't discount that. I actually believe that. And that the language that people use on the internet, they might be on a gardening forum or a car collecting forum, a guitar forum, just talking in comments on news stories. That language comes out that is predictive of the future. And Cliff has been quite successful over that. I remember the first time I was exposed to some of his work back in 2006, 2007. He correctly forecasted the 2008 financial collapse. I think he got that exactly right on in the reverberations and what happened for years after. He detailed that before it happened. So, and he's had a number of other ones. I won't detail them here, but Cliff High is an amazing guy. So we were given a blind remote viewing target. We didn't know it involved Cliff High. We didn't know what it involved. We didn't know it was a future event. We were just given a random number letter sequence that was randomly generated and then associated with that. And we, being the remote viewers at futureforecastinggroup.com, this is a little bit of a plug. You can see the full report at futureforecastinggroup.com. So we did this work, and the target was the event that Cliff High's web bots are forecasting for July 15th. And we presented that, and now it's like everybody's waiting with bated breath, like what's going to happen on the 15th? And I just want to caution that remote viewing is a real skill. We are pretty good at it, but remote viewing can be, the results can be sporadic at times. So we are not Nostradamus. We are not omniscient. We don't have the cognizance of gods to predict the exact future. Sometimes we do pretty good, and we can look through analysis at things that point to outcomes. So looking at our work, and there's an hour-long presentation with pages and pages and pages of data. I'm going to put a couple pages up right now that we did on this project. But I just want to caution that we're not infallible, we're not gods, we're not omniscient, we are not Nostradamus. So we're waiting to see, urge caution, like don't sell your house and buy a bunker, don't do anything rash. Just sit back and wait and watch, and we'll see what happens. All right, if something does happen, would that make silver shoot up to $600 an ounce? I'm going to show you a technical analysis chart here that when you look at this graphically, like what silver has done over the history of the last few years, what it would need to do to hit $600 an ounce. This is a conversation I had with our technical analyst, Marty Hibbs, the best in the business, in my opinion. And I asked Marty, what would it take for silver to go to $600 an ounce? This is, you got to see the graphic here. It's very telling. And then at the end, we bash our fans on YouTube. So get ready to fire up your keyboard and comment. You're going to want to comment on this one. Okay, here's my conversation with technical analyst Marty Hibbs about $600 silver.
So either way, though, what I'm saying is it's the same idea with silver. If the dollar does get wrecked and that they do finally transition into another financial system, it just means that the dollars become less and less valuable, which just means it's going to take a lot more. And we all know the deal. When we do see $600 silver, you got to ask yourself, what's a cup of coffee going to cost? If
Yeah.
it's still at $2 or $3, you're rich on your silver. But if coffee's at 25 bucks, not so much.
So
Right?
show us the chart where 600 is on. You got to zoom that chart out. Can you even
Oh
zoom
my
it
God.
out
Can I
enough?
zoom it? I'll zoom it out so we can go to 600 bucks. It becomes a flat line
Yeah, yeah. For silver to go to $600,
right here.
that is catastrophic. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
here's
it,
600 bucks right there. And look back, all the history is an absolute dead pulse flat line.
yeah.
Something absolutely catastrophic. Either one of two things, supply demand or the currency you're equating it to. So supply and demand means that they would come out with something that there's no silver for some reason and
But
that they just need it. And it would just absolutely like what happened with what's the stuff they use in the cars? Not platinum, palladium, like ridiculous
palladium.
move. So
It,
something like that, which is
but but
never
Marty,
happened.
look, yeah, looking at that chart. So you're not saying that 600 an ounce silver is impossible.
That's right.
Just saying that for it for that chart to go from that flat to up would have to be something so
Yeah,
earth shaking.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
no chart has ever made a move. Have you ever seen a chart make a move?
Not in the US dollar charts, no, but if you look at things like, say, for example, you go look at the Venezuelan chart, or I'm sure if you go back and find a chart,
Okay, so
Weimar Republic, you would.
that would be
Yeah,
hyperinflation, the
exactly.
final death throes of a
Yes.
currency for silver to go up that high.
Yeah. So either we're going to see the dollar get destroyed, which means it's worthless. So it takes $600, or the demand for silver goes absolutely ballistic. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this to you one time before, but apparently my military friend told me about a month ago that, the concept with sci-fi world with Cliff that we're
Hmm.
supposed to be coming into. He said the tanks apparently are real.
The what are real? Oh,
The new ground um, vehicles that
oh
run
yeah.
on some kind of a form of that depend on a silver.
Okay. Well,
That's what he's
yeah,
heard that.
we've got
Yeah,
technology over the
that
horizon that's
technology.
going to be stunning.
Like it's incredible. I was looking at a show last night actually on one of the channels. It was a full hour show looking at the progress of AI going back just 10 years, and it is mind blowing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Anyway, so we're on silver here. Let's look at silver. Silver looks good. So there's our target. Oh, I got to get rid of this thing. There's our target on silver. Hasn't changed. The 34 to 36 to $35. And right on cue, here we are. We broke out again on the Thursday. The market was closed, and we've run from 29 to almost 32 in those 2 days. Long weekend again. So our target, I'm quite confident by the end of July, we should probably be at our target of 35 at least. Now, once we get here, we're starting to get these big $2 days, like we had one here, a couple more. As we go forward, these days will become more common and the volatility kicks in. Of course, Oracle will then spit out new numbers. The highest number I still have is about $80, I think, right now. On
$80 silver by this year?
no, not
Or
by anything. That's the most. That is the number that it comes up with as the biggest number I can see on silver. It doesn't say when. So it just gives you a number, says maximum. Like I have
oh,
sometimes a big number up there.
that would be birthed by this chart. It would be the continuation of this chart
Yeah,
would
exactly. In other
culminate in
words,
80.
that's all. It looks like numbers up around 80 would be a big red box instead of a small one, to saying, here's the most we can get out of these numbers. But going forward, that's already moved up from 70 because it used to be 70. But as we go forward and the volatility kicks up and the time gets tighter, those numbers will expand. And I'll keep you posted because that one day, I think within the next 2 to 3 months, we're going to see numbers come out up around the $100 mark. And that's the time to look at getting excited about it, because once we start seeing that progressive movement that quickly, then it means the volatility is really going to ramp up. And there's going to be days, I'm confident, or you're going to see $5, $10 moves in silver in the future.
Let's plug your site, bullshift2020.com. Marty Hibbs, full analysis. I might pull a little of that for YouTube behind your
Of
back.
course. Yeah, of course. Okay, so here's the deal.
Marty hates being on YouTube.
Oh, I hate being YouTube. I only have private guys on my channel, and your guys, they're idiots. I mean, I don't mind having a discussion with anybody, but they really are rude assholes. Like, why do they just troll people just to, sneer and make fun? Like, don't say anything. Just ignore, just ignore me.
For those of you watching on YouTube, feel free to comment below. Marty just called you idiots and assholes. I'm going to put this up.
Oh my God.
Okay.